There's a lot of concern right now. I mean, this last weekend with the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, right? Like, not great. Not great. And even in Canada, what was it, last year or 2 years ago, the guy who ran into Parliament with his truck.
Yes.
Not great.
Yes.
There is a lot of polarization in politics right now, and it is frustrating. And like, I've had people say that I'm part of it too, right? People online, we're part of the conversation. Some people think that we're negative about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had other people, I've had people send me death threats because of the content that I make. So I've seen, but it is what it is, right? I'm sure you've experienced it too.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, as a citizen, as a content creator, I can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it does fall to our political leaders.
Right.
What do you think the responsibility is, not just of yourself, but of all the political leaders and especially the leaders of the parties? What responsibilities do you think you guys have to just prevent the I hate using the word polarization because it's kind of BS now, but prevent the further degradation of the cohesiveness of our society, right?
I mean, that's a heavy question.
I know.
I would say, I think the starting point is like completely denounce unequivocally the violence, the attempted assassination of President Trump. There's no place for that. Completely wrong. What we need to do is really start, I feel like, clarifying what our democracy is all about. Disagree. 100% disagree. Disagree forcefully. Have strong opinions. People should be able to express that. They should be passionate. They should be have strong conviction. But there's a difference between that and then inflaming violence. And I feel like not just inflaming violence directly, but even platforming people whose goal is to incite violence. That's also problematic.
Some people just out there want to see the pain. Some people just
100%.
want action. I'm just thinking back up a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's like a responsibility. So I think we all have responsibility not to inflame the violence, the harassment. Like there's a place where people can come up and say, yeah, I disagree with you.
But we got to be disagreements in. Like it's like, and I think we struggle with that. Like I struggle with that too, where it's like, I've had some people in my comments who like really disagree with me, and instead of fighting with them, I just try to be like, hey, like let's talk about it. Let's look at it in a different way.
Right.
And I think once we're able to do that, it makes these people much more likely, like they're much more friendly with me, and I see some people, their opinions changing, and maybe it's not changing what party they vote for, maybe it's not changing their position on everything, but some things are like, hey, yeah, I wish that my guy talked more about this thing, or I wish we did more to help these people. So we got to bring people into the conversation.
Yeah. One of the other things, this is something my mom taught me as a kid. I thought it was a bit like hippie when I was like a kid, but it is so true. She taught me that we're all one.
Yeah.
And she was almost to the point where we were doing volunteer work and we were caring for someone or providing food for someone. She wanted us to imagine that that person was me, or that person was someone I loved, like my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister. And that mentality of really believing in our shared humanity, our connection, we might disagree, we might strongly disagree, but when we realize we're all humans, we all have this connection, that we're all connected, we're all one, I feel like that could take away some of that tension.